These cars don't just drive, they roar. Dodge Charger, Buick GSX, Rebel Machine. The sound of the engine on fire shakes the street. These aren't just cars. This is the real era of American tough cars. Subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support. Number 4. Why does the 1969 Dodge Charger RT make such a loud sound? The 1969 Dodge Charger RT is one of the most iconic American muscle cars. Its loud and aggressive engine roar has become legendary in the auto world. This sound represents the car's power, aggression, and uniqueness. The Charger RT in 1969 came mainly with two powerful engines, the 440 Magnum, a 7.2-liter V8, producing around 375 horsepower. The 426 Hemi, known as the Elephant engine, producing 425 horsepower and widely used in NASCAR racing. These engines are large and very powerful, with big cylinders that create strong explosions during combustion, which produce a loud engine sound. The exhaust system on the Charger RT was specially designed by the factory to maximize sound output. It features large diameter pipes at the front and rear sections. Minimal or no mufflers allowed the sound to be louder and more aggressive. The dual exhaust system splits the engine sound into two, increasing volume and producing a deep growl. The Hemi engine's hemispherical combustion chambers improve combustion efficiency. The combustion process generates powerful, deep, and sharp sound waves, giving the engine a unique growl. The high power and efficiency of the HEMI engine naturally produce a louder and richer sound compared to flathead engines. Large engine size and cylinder count. The V8 engine has 8 cylinders, firing large volumes of fuel and air mixture. The sound comes from the exhaust pulses created by the combustion in each cylinder. More cylinders and larger displacement mean louder, fuller engine noise. Mechanical and acoustic factors. The carburetor system is tuned to enhance engine response and sound. Its sound is famously associated with the General Lee from the TV show, The Dukes of Hazzard. The loud engine note became a symbol of muscle car power, freedom, and American car culture. This roar helped make the Dodge Charger RT a true legend in muscle car history. Number 3. Why did the 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1 sound so loud? The 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1 is often considered a gentleman's muscle car, luxurious in appearance but brutally powerful under the hood. Its loud, aggressive exhaust note wasn't just noise. It was the sound of raw, underrated performance. The Stage 145 5V8 engine, a torque monster. The GSX Stage 1 came equipped with a 455 cubic inch 7.5-liter V8 engine. It was rated at 360 horsepower, underrated by GM for insurance reasons, but produced a massive 510 pound-feet of torque, more than the legendary Hemi. The large displacement meant massive combustion events in each cylinder, which naturally generated a deep booming sound. The Stage 1 version had a more aggressive camshaft profile, larger valves, and higher compression, 10.5 to 1. These modifications allowed more fuel-air mixture into the engine and burned it faster and harder, which increased engine volume and sharpness. The result? A louder and more responsive engine with a meaner growl during acceleration. The GSX had a dual exhaust system from the factory, which allowed exhaust gases to exit more freely. It used low-restriction mufflers, which let more sound escape instead of getting dampened. The wide exhaust pipes amplified the natural roar of the big V8, producing a deep, thunderous exhaust note. The engine's idle was set relatively low, producing that iconic lopey, uneven chop sound known and loved by muscle car fans. Combined with high displacement and minimal emissions controls of the era, it created a rumbling sound that made the GSX instantly recognizable even before it appeared on the road. Number 2. Why did the 1970 AMC Rebel Machine sound so loud? The 1970 AMC Rebel Machine was AMC's boldest step into the muscle car wars. Unlike AMC's typical image as a practical and conservative car maker, the machine was built to make noise, both literally and metaphorically. The heart of the beast, 390 cubic inch V8 engine. At its core, The Rebel machine carried a 390 cubic inch, 6.4-liter V8 engine factory rated at 340 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. This engine was tuned for performance straight from the factory. The high compression ratio 10.0 to 1 and large displacement meant each ignition cycle released massive energy, generating a deep and aggressive exhaust note. Aggressive camshaft and high RPM tuning. The engine featured a special camshaft profile that allowed for increased valve lift and duration. This gave it a more powerful intake and exhaust cycle, which created a sharper, louder engine rhythm, especially at higher RPMs. That signature muscle car lope at idle and wild roar under throttle were the direct result of this aggressive tuning. Factory performance exhaust system. The Rebel machine came with a factory-installed dual exhaust system. AMC intentionally used low-restriction mufflers and wide exhaust pipes, letting more sound escape and giving it a booming, raw sound profile. This was rare for AMC, a brand not usually known for loud cars, making the machine stand out even more. Marketing intent: wake the neighbors. AMC embraced the car's loudness as a feature, not a flaw. One famous advertisement for the Rebel machine literally read, "Wake the neighbors." The car wasn't just fast, it was designed to be seen, heard, and remembered. Underdog mentality. Loud on purpose. AMC was going up against the big three, Ford, GM, Chrysler, and needed something extreme to grab attention. The loud exhaust was part of the car's rebellious attitude. AMC's way of saying, "We're here too, and we're not quiet about it." Number 1. Why did the 1966 Buick Wildcat GS sound so loud? The 1966 Buick Wildcat GS wasn't just another full-size American car. It was Buick's hidden muscle. Big, bold, and surprisingly loud. While Buick was known for luxury and smooth rides, the Wildcat GS broke the mold with a roaring engine note that startled anyone expecting silence. The legendary 425 Nailhead V8 engine. The Wildcat GS came equipped with the 425 cubic inch 7.0-liter Nailhead V8, one of the most distinctive engines of the 1960s. It produced up to 360 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque in its Super Wildcat version. The Nailhead design had vertical valves and small ports forcing air at high velocity. This gave the engine a unique, deep, and powerful sound. The high torque output at low RPMs meant the engine rumbled even at idle. Factory dual exhaust system. Buick fitted the Wildcat GS with a true dual exhaust system using low-restriction mufflers. The pipes were tuned to let the engine breathe and roar. The result: a throaty, thunderous exhaust note that echoed off buildings and through quiet neighborhoods. High compression ratio. The 425 V8 in the Wildcat GS ran a 10.25 to 1 compression ratio, which meant more power and a sharper, more aggressive combustion sound. Combined with the large displacement, each ignition cycle produced a rich, bass-heavy tone that could shake windows. Minimal sound insulation. Unlike Cadillac or Riviera, the Wildcat GS was a performance-oriented model. Buick reduced cabin insulation to save weight and enhance the driving experience, meaning more engine and exhaust noise reached the driver's ears. This gave drivers the feeling of being directly connected to the power under the hood. Buick's silent rebellion. Buick didn't traditionally build loud cars, but the Wildcat GS was an exception, a luxury muscle hybrid. It was Buick's answer to cars like the Pontiac GTO and Oldsmobile 442. But instead of flashy stripes, it let its sound do the talking. Owners appreciated the raw, muscular growl hiding beneath its gentlemanly exterior. Cultural impact. The City Rumbler. The Wildcat GS earned a reputation as the City Rumbler. Quiet in appearance but impossible to ignore once it started. Especially in the still of night, its engine echoed through empty streets, becoming an urban legend among gearheads. Many say the Wildcat's growl was more soulful than aggressive, like a lion waking up. Not just loud, but full of character.